course, just yesterday, or saw us react to it, you'll know what happened. Um, he's not very happy, and is therefore has been ignoring me since about 6 o'clock. So he's going to be a solo one today. However, still a lot coming from F1 today in Miami. The cars have just started coming out of the pit lane to get ready for today's 57 lap Grand Prix around the Miami track here. It's the second year it's ever been used. It's been fully resurfaced since last year. And the grid is beginning their formation lap. So the grid today is unusual to normal due to the red flag that occurred at the end of Q3 yesterday. We still do have a Red Bull at first. However, for the first time in quite a while, it's not Max Verstappen. The grid today is Sergio Perez in first, with Fernando Alonso just behind him in second. Carlos Sainz slots into third, with Kevin Magnussen in the Haas in fourth. Pierre Gasly in 5, with George Russell in 6th. Charles Leclerc in 7th. Ocon in 8th. Max Verstappen puts himself in 9th, followed by Valtteri Bottas. Alex Albon goes into 11th, with Hulkenberg just behind him. Lewis Hamilton, 13th, with Zhou Guanyu just behind him. De Vries in 15th. Tsunoda in 17th. Lance Stroll in 18th. Piastri in 19th. And Sargent at his home track is unfortunately in 20th today. So, with the heat of Miami, the track is going to do a number on the tyres today. So there is going to be a lot of different, well, safety cars have been coming out a lot this year, and that is going to make for a very interesting start to this race. Hopefully we don't have any problems like we did at the start of the British Grand Prix last year. And that was... Hang on a minute. Right, so, like I said before, we have a lot of changes compared to last year, obviously. I know it's quite a bit into the sort of season now. We've got about just over half an hour before the race begins at 8:30, so, well, actually it's more around 45 minutes. However, the cars are making their way out onto the track. I believe they're all on softs at the moment, or at least 99% of them will be on softs. And it should bode for a very, very interesting race today. Obviously, this is live on Sky Sports F1 and I believe Channel 4, although I'm not 100% sure on that one. But obviously, if you missed qualifying yesterday, Logan Sargent did go out in Q1 at 20th, despite obviously it being his home track. I do feel quite bad for him because it was a pretty big day for him, but it's just how it works, I guess. So obviously it's a little bit of a hit for Verstappen today, and with the complexity of the track, there isn't that many places to overtake. So it is going to be quite interesting to see how Verstappen and Hamilton end this race. obviously falling behind Verstappen due to the red flag, and Hamilton just not having a great time with the slip on the track yesterday. We noticed a lot of cars slipping around, and obviously Charles Leclerc did spin out on going towards the end of Q3, which obviously caused the red flag. So we are obviously just looking at the cars begin to make their way out onto the track. And it is still a pole for Red Bull, which obviously isn't a surprise because of how much faster the Red Bull is compared to everyone else this race series. And I'm not really sure how they've managed to get it so much above the Mercedes and the Ferraris. I mean, it's last season it was very, very close most of the time between Ferrari and Red Bull. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the seasons plays out. I will be doing a few of these throughout the season. However, there is a lot of times when I'm not really in the country to be able to do these, but it is going to, like I said, be very interesting today. Obviously, the Miami track is, like I said earlier, a very new track. There's quite a lot of spectators, as of in comparison to, well, I wouldn't say in comparison to what we normally see, because there is usually a ton of spectators around the tracks. But they had to redo the entirety of the floor of Charles Leclerc's car after the crash in Q3. Which obviously put him 7th. It kept his teammate in 3rd, obviously with Verstappen on his outlap when it happened. It will be very interesting to see how the new car, well, I wouldn't say new car, it's had the wing replaced and it's had a full new floor put on after what happened. What happened was, on one of the turns, it beached the sort of middle of the underside of the car on the goodness me, do apologise. It beached the bottom of the car on the apex of one of the corners and lost control, ended up in a barrier about 2 minutes from the end of Q3, meaning Verstappen didn't manage to set a time, and it has meant we've got a very interesting grid formation today, obviously with Kevin Magnussen in 4th. Fernando Alonso's been doing very well this season, it puts him 2nd for this race. But how the Aston Martin is going to tactically work this particular race is going to be very interesting, having a driver in 2nd and having a driver in 18th. So the wind also didn't play a part. It did play a part, in the race yesterday, and it will play a part today. And I think the balance of the car is going to be very much compromised by the wind today. We've just heard from one of the Aston Martin drivers. He's just said the same thing as me. The fact of the balance of the car with the 30-40 mile an hour wind or kilometre an hour wind. Like, you can see on the track that it is a little breezy today, and that will have quite big effects on the performance and just the way the cars handle. So tired today, goodness. So currently it is the grid walk, and they're just talking to Piastri for McLaren, who is 19th today, and a lot of the drivers are a little bit concerned about the gusts of wind that we've got prevailing across the track today. So Lewis Hamilton's just getting himself ready to go. Obviously, we've still got around 40 minutes before we get going. However, it is again a new one for Mercedes today, being put in to being put into 6th and 13th today. And we also have a Haas with Kevin Magnussen in 4th. So, with Kevin Magnussen being in 4th, it's a surprise for Haas, because, well, it's a Haas. And, I mean, to be fair, Hulkenberg didn't do bad either, putting himself into 12th today, just in front of Lewis Hamilton. And I think Hamilton's main concern today is being in the very middle of the pack as the lights go out in Miami today. It'll be very interesting to see what does go down in terms of Hamilton. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what we actually get from all of these today. Obviously, in terms of Alfa Romeo, they are with Bottas in 10th and Zhou Guanyu in 14th. And like he's just said to Bottas, it is going to be a very unpredictable race today because of the wind. I think the wind is going to be like a very big talking point for pretty much the whole of the sort of pre-race chat around on the grid. I think the corners, more than the straights, are going to have some very interesting results in terms of how the cars do against each other. And with it being very difficult to overtake in Miami, it is going to be quite fun to see Verstappen try, obviously, climb his way back up to first. There is a big points difference, though, between third and the Red Bulls in first, because obviously Max Verstappen is in first with 93 points, and his teammate behind him on 80. Then there's a bit of a gap from the Red Bulls, and that's down to third, who is on 60 points. There is a 23-point gap between Fernando Alonso in third and Sergio Perez in second. So yeah, it's going to be a very sort of mixed up grid to what we're used to seeing, since we obviously used to seeing, Max Verstappen first, Perez second, and Alonso and Hamilton third and fourth. So obviously with the mix up of the grids, someone who supports Hamilton's a little bit salty, which is why we're running solo today. There's no guarantee he won't join, but I could probably promise you he won't. Trying to reach him, but it's just not happening today. Obviously, it is a little bit difficult to commentate on the pre-match when it is into the endless adverts with Sky Sports F1. But because I'm not really going to commentate on what is it at the moment, a Thatcher's advert, there's not really much for me to say. So we're just trying to sort of make up the time before I thought, I won't lie, I did think at one point it was 8 o'clock tonight for the actual race. So we are going to see sort of the lineup of all the cars. I'm just going to check to see if I have to switch to a different channel before the F1, although I highly doubt it. Sports. Just going to check that it's on the channel I'm using. Just to make sure that there isn't any interruptions. It's better for me to check now. So it's on main event. Yeah, okay, it is all on Sky, that's fine. Just making sure that we didn't miss out on any Any entertainment in terms of the pre-match by having to switch over last second. If you do want to watch it, it is on Sky Sports Main Event and Sky Sports F1. This isn't a promotion for Sky. I'm not a massive fan of Sky, but that is where you can watch all the pre-match, all the qualifying. Let us know in the live chat what you think the result's going to be tonight. I mean, that question, if asked in most other races, is quite an obvious answer. But with the mix-up, well, I say mix-up, with the bit of entertainment in Q3, it is going to be good to see what we have coming up or with us today. And there's also the point of if someone's already managed to spin just in qualifying, like it was quite similar conditions to what there is today. So, like the similarity of the conditions could make it, well, even more of a difference today in terms of the amount of safety cars we might have out. If we have a virtual safety car at any point, it will be. We have seen a lot more safety cars than normal, and yeah, so the amount of safety cars that we've already seen this year, and obviously the safety car will, if we have any incidents like we did with Charles Leclerc, although that one did actually go straight to a red flag. They tried to yellow flag it at first, but it had to end. It had to end there. And thanks to that, we've got a nicely mixed up grid, which obviously serves us with some quality entertainment that we wouldn't usually expect from a race, because obviously a track with a very limited space for overtakes, it would usually just be Verstappen in front, because of qualifying, and then he's just off. I mean, I saw a little bit of a race a few weeks ago, and it was 30 seconds in front of second place. So I think it'll be very much closer together today. So with it being a lot closer together, there'll be a lot more entertainment. There's a lot more chance of something to go wrong. But there's also, there's a chance for people to be neck and neck on the last lap. A little bit of like a fill-in in like a bit of a Miami promotion during the obviously the pre-match, with not much more to go and say before the race. So I think I've started a little bit early, to be honest. Apologies for the black box in the corner. That was just person who was supposed to be my colleague and partner for today's race, who has decided to bugger off without saying anything. But from what we saw yesterday, this is going to be one fantastic race. So there is some sort of like saving grace for Verstappen today, which is obviously all the slow corners that we have coming up with today's race. The slow corners are gonna make it just that much easier for Verstappen to overtake. I know obviously a lot of the drivers aren't a massive fan of the slow corners because F1's all about speed, so the slow corners aren't really what they like doing. But then, like I mentioned yesterday, there's the massive straight down the back. And with that straight down the back, Just going to check if he is coming on at any point. So the drivers, I think, are probably going to be like a lot more nervous now. They're going to have a lot more like sort of energy that is sort of building up within their sort of thing. And I think we're going to have a very interesting race today. And I'm definitely looking forward to see what happens. Make sure we get a like and a sub before we start. I don't ask for a lot from you guys. Just really need the sort of the support right now. There's a lot going on. I wasn't even sure with what happened in my... I didn't realise I had my thing turned off. Sorry about that. I didn't even think that with what's been happening in my personal life that I would actually make this video today after what happened yesterday. I'm not going to go into it, but would really appreciate the support at the moment. I just didn't. I promised yesterday that I'd do this, so I'm making sure that obviously that I do actually bring this out, despite what happened. So I am hoping that we have quite an interesting race today. So I'm not just sat here saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So we're gonna see what happens. I think it should be exciting to see sort of how Hamilton, Verstappen, the people who would usually be in the first few like spots on the grid. It's going to be interesting to see how they sort of like cut through the pack, sort of like cut through the likes of Kevin Magnussen, who has managed to get himself into fourth. I do hope he gets a good result today. I hope that fourth place start does give him that sort of confidence boost to keep going and just to keep himself in the race in general. Obviously, the grid is absolutely packed with people. There's a lot of celebrities around. Obviously, talking to their favourite drivers, the people they're rooting for. Obviously, that doesn't come first though. The grid, what they need to do with the car, what they need to do to get it ready in the last few sort of critical minutes before the beginning of what could be quite an important and eventful race. Just a little bit of news in case you obviously haven't been following Formula One very much, is that we are going to be seeing the return of Audi in the very short future. Within the next few years, actually, I believe, is from what I've been told from other people who do support F1 a little bit more than I do, is we are seeing a return of this team to F1. A lot of different camera teams and stuff moving around, and different news reporters and stuff like that, sort of making their way around the track to get ready to get going. Obviously, there's a lot of supporters, a lot of people come out to see the race today. think with it being America, there's a lot more than normal sort of celebrities and other popular people on the grid. I think a lot of the sort of like mega famous people will probably be trying to fly under the radar a little bit more so they don't get harassed by all the different news teams asking for an interview. We've also got obviously we've got the safety car setting itself up here on at the front of the grid. The Aston Martin obviously sponsored safety car because it's the best one. Not really much, like I said, to comment on with the last 20 minutes before the race does start. Got a Roger Federer down on the grid today. Can't really play the interview because I'll get copyrighted by Sky because the sods like to copyright for everything. But got quite a lot going on the grid today. We've got will.i.am doing some musical sort of like introduction. Got a bit of a string. It's got some string instruments, obviously some violins, some drums. We've got some music coming on, I think, before the start of the race. Obviously, I can't play it, but got a lot of music. Got some cheerleaders, so it's obviously very, very, very American today. Very big sort of like introduction today. This is the introduction for the drivers today. So the first driver to come out, obviously he grew up in Miami, it's Logan Sargent, who's coming out first. So making his sort of appearance for his home fans here. So we've got a very, very, very big sort of like driver's introduction today. A lot of famous faces, a lot of music, cheerleaders, visual effects. Nick De Vries coming out next. Not really wanting to make much of a statement here, unlike Logan Sargent with it being his home crowd. Nick De Vries sort of just making his way straight down the through the line of cheerleaders. Then we've got Kevin Magnussen making his way out, making his appearance. Once again, not choosing to make much of a comment. We have obviously will.i.am making his making himself seen. He's directing the different musical instruments. We've got Alex Albon making his way out. Everyone says about Yuki Tsunoda's stature is quite a small man, but he's a fantastic racer. Obviously, it's just nice to see that he's still perfectly okay after what happened in Silverstone. Now we've got Zhou Guanyu, the first Chinese F1 driver in history, making his way out. We've got Pierre Gasly coming out. Obviously, also not wanting to make much of an appearance. And now we've got Ocon coming out, with the Americans obviously mispronouncing his name. Ocon, I think he said. So now he's Pierre Gasly's teammate. Mr. Bottas, Valtteri Bottas, making his way out. I don't think anyone else other than Logan Sargent will be making much of a comment with the microphone. So we've got a new boy coming out. So the new boy for McLaren's coming out. And we've got, it's Oscar Piastri, one of the other new boys this season, along with Logan Sargent. Nico Hulkenberg. Not, like I said, there's not really much I can comment on, with it just being the drivers walking out on. Obviously, we've got one of the more excited drivers seems a lot happier with the sort of quite over the top but very visually impressive introduction here. Do apologise about that. Usually my headset doesn't turn itself off, but if there isn't much, there isn't any sound coming through the headphones, it does like to just power itself off. So I do apologise if that happens again before the end of today's race. But I will be back with you as soon as it comes back on. Charles Leclerc making his way out. I do like Charles Leclerc, to be fair. And we've got Ferrari's hotshot Carlos Sainz coming out. Obviously, it's nice to see that Charles Leclerc was okay after the incident yesterday. However, it didn't look like quite a big crash. It won't go down in history as one of the biggest crashes. It will go down as one of the most influential crashes, depending on the end of this race today. We've got one of the best drivers to ever grace F1, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Obviously, I'm probably a little bit disappointed with the results of FP qualifying yesterday. And we've got Fernando Alonso, Mr. Number 2, sorry, third in the Drivers' Championship though. So it'd be nice to see him do well today. Do hope to see him do well today. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the man on pole position. It's Sergio Perez. Oh, stone cold. Sergio Perez was definitely enjoying that under the stone cold expression. We've got Mr. Verstappen coming out, looking to make a bit of a comeback after the qualifying today. Although he's so far ahead of the rest, I don't think it'll matter much. Obviously, Verstappen does get the cheers. He does get the crowd because of how good he is. That's it for the drivers for today. We are now going to hear the national anthem of the United States of America. Do realise obviously that I didn't play that through the microphone. I realised that halfway through the national anthem of the United States. So we are just about 10 minutes away from lights out now in Miami. So we're going to hear from Max Verstappen now about what's happened. So Max Verstappen is very much confident that he will get back to the start by around lap 25. So Verstappen's plan today is obviously he can't rush it too much, because if he does rush his sort of overtakes, he will make a silly mistake at some point. And once that silly mistake comes, is he going to be able to get back from it? He's got 57 laps. He's got plenty of time. And as soon as he gets into that DRS zone, he can just go for it. If he picks someone off in every other DRS zone, he's gonna be fine by about lap 20. We are gonna, like they say, there is gonna be a couple of safety cars today. There is gonna be the odd incident. I think we are expecting to see quite a few yellow flags today. I do expect to see the safety car at least once. Obviously, we're hoping for no red flags, because obviously once we get to a red flag, once we get to a red flag, that's when the race goes to pot. But I do expect to see a safety car and a vast amount of yellow flags today. All the superstars, all the famous people are now vacating the grid. And just while I've got a quick chance, I'm going to take a quick comfort break just before lights out. So just a few moments away from lights out here on the 5th race of 2023. It is going to be extraordinarily interesting to see what happens today. It's incredible to see an F1 driver's sort of reaction time. It's just outrageous. I think they've pulled out the stops quite a bit for Miami's Grand Prix this year. Obviously, being a new addition to the lineup, it is going to be. They have very much hyped this one up. Be very interesting to see how Verstappen pulls this miracle off today. That's if he does. We might see a more docile version of Max Verstappen today, although I highly doubt it. Do apologise about cut off again. This headset is driving me up the wall. So yes, this is going to be a very big race today. I was going to play the F1 intro, but obviously just as it started, it cut out again. So it is good to know the sort of like time that it sort of cuts off at. So it's going to be very interesting to see today, obviously, what these 20 cars have got coming for us today. The wind is very much picking up at round 5 here. So we're going to hear a little bit now about the track. 57 laps today. And the lap record is... Never mind. So the top speed is around 217 miles an hour. There's 19 turns on this track today. DRS Zone 2 has been shortened in comparison to last year. It is the very tight corners are going to be a very big sort of like pickup for points and overtakes today. Between turn 16 and 17 is the very long straight along the back of the Hard Rock Stadium. Tyres we've got today are C4 on the soft, C3 in the medium, and C2 on the hard. The soft are going to be very much vulnerable to graining today due to the hot conditions of the track. We're going to just bring back up the starting grid. I did mention it earlier. We've got Logan Sargent on a 128.5 on 20th. Got Lance Stroll on a 128.4 and a Yuki Tsunoda on also 128.4. Lando Norris in 16th on a 128.3 alongside Nick De Vries. Zhou Guanyu is along with Lewis Hamilton in 13th. Nico Hulkenberg starts alongside Alexander Albon in 12th and 11th. Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen are in 10th and 9th. Esteban Ocon goes into 8th alongside Charles Leclerc, who's crashed twice this season. George Russell on 6th with Pierre Gasly just in front of him to make up the top 5. Top 5 is Kevin Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Sergio Perez is starting on pole, taking over from his teammate. Sergio Perez is going to look for a back-to-back victory here this week. And Lewis Hamilton starting on 13th. Obviously, Max Verstappen's going to be looking to make a lot of overtakes today. It's going to be that back straight, I think, just heading up towards turn 17. That's going to be the big one today. We're just a couple of seconds away now from lights out. We've got both McLaren starting on softs, and they are the only drivers starting on softs. And obviously, the softs are going to be a big sort of vulnerability to today's race. Everyone's clearing the track, meaning we have the crews leaving the grid, meaning it is about to go down. The question is, can the medium tyres hold up on this hot track today? So what graining is when the surface of the tyre opens up. So we are now going to have the formation lap begin. Obviously I'm watching it on the mobile, so I can have the screen up for you guys. Meaning we do have a little bit of a delay today. Obviously, in real life, lights out has already happened. However, So we have Perez, Alonso. Oh, right, okay. I was gonna read what tyres everyone's on. However, it comes off quite quickly. So the race strategies we're looking at are the one stop, which is medium for 17 laps, and then hard for the other 40 laps, or the two stop, which starts you on a medium, transfers onto the hard, and then switch back to the medium just before the end of the race. So obviously we've got the formation lap, everyone is making their way around the track. Fastest pit stop this season was Ferrari in Saudi Arabia on a 2.1 second pit stop, which is absolutely outrageous. Obviously we've seen how strong the Red Bulls tend to be this season, so it is going to be very much interesting to see how can sort of Perez get away at the front. Now we know how much Fernando Alonso likes to push the first few corners, which is going to make it quite interesting because Perez can tend to struggle at the start. Don't think we're going to quite see a Magnussen finish where he's starting today, because I don't think the Haas is quite capable of staying fourth with the likes of the Mercedes and the Ferraris creeping up behind him. The seating capacity of this particular track is actually 270,000. So the Red Bull is first with 100 points. Aston Martin just behind them, followed by Mercedes. Both Aston Martin and Mercedes won 78 points. So there is quite a big gap between Mercedes, Aston Martin, and the leaders with Red Bull. So the formation lap is now coming to an end. Got most of the teams that are starting on the mediums today. However, we do have quite a few contenders following with the softs today. Formation lap has now pretty much come to an end. So it is actually a Latin top 3 today. We've got the safety car lining up at the back of the track. We've got the lights coming on. It's lights out and away we go here in Miami. So Sergio Perez is still in the lead. Alonso is alongside him. Lando Norris has gone very wide on the first corner. We've already got quite a considerable gap between the Red Bull and the Aston in second. Esteban Ocon's getting in a scrap with Max Verstappen in the middle. Round the long left-hander. I can't talk tonight. So the Red Bull is already pulling away from Alonso. Max Verstappen. De Vries has hit Oscar Piastri, but I don't think that's caused much of an issue. Nick De Vries has fallen back. Hamilton has fallen down into 14th. So we have not many changes on the grid so far. Hamilton's made his way back up past Piastri into 13th. George Russell has made up a place. Yuki Tsunoda's making his way up to 15th now. Perez has completed the first lap in the lead. Quite a lot of cars have moved up, and Kevin Magnussen has lost 3 places. Nick De Vries has fallen 5 places to 20th, with Sargent going up 2. Lando Norris has fallen to 19th. Hulkenberg's moved up to 11th. Piastri's gone from 19th to 14th. Yuki Tsunoda's gone up 2 places, who's now sitting in 15th. The 3 first, second and third racers are still in the same formation that they started in. And Alonso is already 1.1 seconds behind Perez, and Sainz has lost another second yet on Alonso. So Verstappen is already done Bottas and put himself in 8th. Is now on the chase for Kevin Magnussen, who is closing in on very, very quickly. Alonso is still losing even more place on Sergio Perez, meaning it is looking like it's already set in stone for the Red Bull. With the contact De Vries made, has seen him fall all the way down to last place. Still a big gap in the Aston Martins, with Lance Stroll in 17th. From 1st to 7th, so between Perez and Magnussen, every single driver is on medium tyres. As we fall down the grid, the first person on hard tyres is Max Verstappen. Sargent has already had to pit, which means he's, of course, fallen straight to last. Logan Sargent has already made his way into the pit. He's having his front wing replaced, which has obviously mean he's had to come in. He's spending quite a while in the pits now, meaning he falls obviously straight back to the bottom place. Magnussen is holding off Verstappen quite well so far. Wheel to wheel with Magnussen and Leclerc. Magnussen has managed to overtake Leclerc, putting Charles Leclerc in the firing line for Verstappen, who is very, very much up the back of Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris and De Vries has been noted for causing a collision, so De Vries will be investigated at some point. Leclerc on the inside. Has he got the inside on Magnussen? Yes, he does. Charles Leclerc has overtaken Kevin Magnussen to put himself back into 6th place. Verstappen's done it, and Verstappen has taken Leclerc and Magnussen down on the straight, and that puts him back into 6th. So on the long straight at the back, Verstappen has seen Magnussen and Leclerc fighting it, and Verstappen has just gone for it and overtaken both of them while they were arguing on that straight. They're going around the very tough left. Hamilton has not yet to move places, struggling to catch Albon. He has about 0.2 of a second behind Albon at the moment, and Alonso is beginning. He's very much in the sort of midway between catching and losing time to Perez. As since I started this sentence, he's gone from 1.3 to 1.6 seconds behind. Lewis Hamilton does seem to be struggling, however, there is quite a big gap between Piastri and him. We find Logan Sargent 44 seconds behind after that early pit. So the replay on the start of the race, we see how Perez pulled away straight away, and obviously Piastri makes a beeline up the middle. De Vries locked up and went straight into the back of Lando Norris, which is what the review from the race control was about just a few moments ago. We're just seeing the start from Hamilton here. Hamilton did make contact with Hulkenberg with his right wheel. However, we are going to see the position from Nick De Vries now on what the incident between him was. So he locked up his both front wheels and ended up in the back of Lando Norris, which forced Lando Norris into the wide position. So this is the Max Verstappen overtake on the straight. It gets the slipstream and the DRS from Kevin Magnussen, which obviously catapults him forward. We're going to see a pit from Lando Norris now. The soft tyres have come off and the hard tyres have come back on. Piastri's had to pit as well, which forces him down to 18th currently. Carlos Sainz and Alonso are battling for second at the moment, with Sainz making up some distance on Alonso. We got the fastest lap from Verstappen on 1.32. 1 minute 32 second lap from Verstappen puts him in fastest lap. Piastri's exited the pits and puts him, Norris and Sargent in a fight at the bottom. However, Sargent does still find himself very much behind. Verstappen is only, to be honest, 5 seconds behind first. Verstappen obviously now has George Russell in his scope, looking to overtake him there. Verstappen has just got the DRS and goes up to about 210 miles per hour before having to brake for turn 17. It puts him right behind George Russell going into turn 18 here. We're just going to see Esteban Ocon from when he went over the corner. He cut the chicane, and it looks like he has done some damage to the underside of the car, and a little bit of an issue with the front. Do apologise about that. It is going to carry on doing it for some fucking reason. So, we are going to see the issue we have here. I believe Alonso has a little bit of an issue with his tyres. And he is saying the tyre switch that they had planned with Aston Martin is now going to happen 12 laps sooner than originally expected. The concern we do have with Alonso, obviously pitting early, is how many places is he going to lose, and is he going to be able to make any back up? Max Verstappen is now right on the tail of George Russell, and it doesn't look like Russell's going to be able to hold him off for very much longer. Verstappen keeps fastest lap as we go into lap 8. Max Verstappen gets a 1:32.5 as the new fastest lap, and obviously that means he's making his way even closer to George Russell. So we are looking at the gap between Gasly and George Russell, as obviously that's closing as well, but it does mean that if Gasly and Russell, the gap's closing on them, because Russell's closing in on Pierre Gasly, it means Verstappen is also behind, because it's as if Russell's towing Verstappen round here, as he cannot seem to shake him. Hulkenberg tries to make a move on Bottas, and it obviously backfires horribly. And that sends Hulkenberg, keeps him in 11th, and keeps Bottas in 10th. Max Verstappen here making the overtake at the edge of turn 17. And Max Verstappen has done Russell on turn 17, just at the edge of the long straight. Russell is trying to take Verstappen's slipstream to catch back up with him. However, I believe Verstappen is just absolutely gone now. Verstappen is gone from George Russell, and he's already made up 4 places within 9 laps. So I believe, like we said, within 20 laps he is going to be back in 1st or 2nd. So, obviously, they come to the end. So, with this overtake from Max Verstappen, it comes to the very end of the long straight down the back of the track. And he manages to do a very late overtake on 17. If they were a little bit closer, it might have also been able to do Pierre Gasly in, who was in 4th. Verstappen's very much lost Russell behind him now. And he's now closing in on Pierre Gasly. It is literally just a chase at this point. It's like a Ferrari chasing a BMW. It's just outrageous, is the catch-up with Max Verstappen here on Pierre Gasly. Once Verstappen does overtake Pierre Gasly, however, he does have a bit of a challenge. And has he got enough? It goes down the inside. And he's made that move on Pierre Gasly. Gasly knew what was coming, didn't really seem to fight it. And that places Pierre Gasly into 5th. 10 laps in, and Verstappen has put himself into 4th. Pierre Gasly has lost another place to Russell. Russell picked a very good moment there, and has now overtaken Pierre Gasly, pushing him down into 6th. Max didn't even really, to be honest, commit to that overtake on Pierre Gasly, but it looked more like Gasly sort of just after what happened just before the pit straight, he just let Verstappen pass because he was on the outside. He was out of position. He had no way of fighting the overtake. And then just at the other end of the pit straight, he got done by George Russell, who's put himself into 5th, with his teammate still very much struggling behind Alex Albon, who is in 12th. Hamilton is gaining on Albon. He is right behind him, but it is very much the question of, has he got the legs to take it? Because Bottas, Hulkenberg, Albon and Hamilton are all battling for 10th here. They're all very much close together. Hamilton's coming out on the outside. He tried to go out on the outside, however he sort of got stuck and had to pull back in behind Albon at the end of the very long straight going down towards turn 17. However, on these straights, Albon seems to be able to keep Hamilton very much at bay as they come down the pit straight. And into turn 2, Hamilton does keep Tsunoda very much far behind him, but it's quite impressive how Bottas is keeping this train of Hulkenberg, Albon, Hamilton, and even to an extent Tsunoda. Russell's looking at a plan A race for today, which means he's going to do probably around the next 6 to 7 laps on his current medium tyres, and then switch to the hards for the rest of the race. Hamilton's opened up his DRS on Alex Albon, but doesn't manage to catch him down the long straight at the back of the track. However, on the slow corners, Hamilton is still catching Alex Albon. So fastest lap has been taken off Verstappen and is given to Perez. Oh, no, never mind. No, it hasn't. Verstappen's taken it very much back with a 1:32.2. So Perez had fastest lap for all of the animation of it saying fastest lap on his name before it was taken straight much back by Verstappen. They are wanting Max Verstappen to keep on the hardest tyre for as very much long as possible, as it does seem to be the strongest tyre out on the track today. That is obviously due to the heat and the conditions of the track. They were hoping with the little rain downfall last night that it would be an issue, but Perez is very much leaving Alonso in the dirt now. He's almost got 3 seconds on him. He's got a 2.7 second lead on him now. Charles Leclerc is closing in on Kevin Magnussen, who has managed to keep ahead of him for the last few laps. Charles Leclerc's made a move on Kevin Magnussen and is very effortlessly. Oh, however, no. Magnussen finds a gap and he's managed to keep Leclerc at bay. Leclerc is still pressuring Magnussen. However, he's got to remember he's got Esteban Ocon pressuring him from behind. Charles Leclerc has tried to make about 5 moves on Kevin Magnussen in the last few laps, and none of them have been successful. The Haas is still just keeping the Ferrari behind him. We see Charles Leclerc keep trying to nudge his way past the Haas here. However, it's just not working. Max Verstappen is on Carlos Sainz's tail now. We are waiting for the straight for Max Verstappen to open up that. We are waiting for the DRS zone for Verstappen to take it up. Verstappen does take the fastest lap off Perez almost immediately. They are making up around a second a lap. Verstappen is making a move on. He's not making a move on Perez yet. Verstappen has now set a 131.7. There is a very close gap. It's about a 0.4 second gap on Carlos Sainz here. And Verstappen is still gaining on Carlos Sainz. And we're about to see what happens. Verstappen's here. And that's it. Carlos Sainz has lost it to Verstappen. That puts Verstappen back into third. We didn't expect it to take very long, but I think 14 laps to go from 9th to 3rd is absolutely out of this world. He's got Fernando Alonso to contend with next, and there isn't a very big gap between the two. So we are just waiting for the DRS to open up here. It's closing up again on Alonso here. Alonso's just managed to get ahead enough to keep away from Verstappen in that DRS zone, but I think one more DRS zone and Verstappen will put himself back into second.
Where's Lewis?
Lewis is still battling in 13th. He hasn't made up a place yet.
How many laps are we in?
We're 15 laps in. Verstappen's in 3rd. Perez is 3.5 seconds ahead of Alonso. Charles Leclerc and Ocon have just overtaken Kevin Magnussen because he's gone into the pit. Magnussen has just... And you've lost to West Ham. Yeah. Magnussen has dropped from 5th. He has dropped from 6th all the way down to 17th here as Kevin Magnussen after he's had to pit for the hard tyres as they're looking the strongest on today's race.
You are so getting into this fucking thing.
Very much. Alonso is still holding Verstappen, and that's it. That's it. Verstappen second. He's only 3 seconds behind his teammate. That's it now.
Did you honestly think that Max Verstappen would not come back from this after what he had yesterday? Well, to be fair.
Max Verstappen has done 7 places in 15 laps.
Oh, I forgot it's the King's Coronation concert.
Magnussen, Norris, Piastri and Sargent have already had a pit stop today. Sargent had to pit right at the start of the race after he had front wing damage. We've had a little bit of a bump at the back, but that's about it. We had De Vries going to the back of Lando Norris near the start.
Hamilton's 9th, you cheeky bastard.
No, he's not.
You're
way ahead of me then.
Lap 17, Hamilton 9th.
Yeah, I don't even know what lap I'm on. I'm on lap 16, that's why.
He's probably overtaken him.
Now he's 9th. That's because Bottas and Pierre Gasly have had to pit.
Right, tell me when, because I've just begun lap 17, so just tell me
as soon as lap 17 starts.
Yeah, because there's a Perez team radio coming up at the beginning of lap 17.
So I'll tell you when the team radio comes up.
Yeah, for Perez.
Lando Norris and Piastri have managed to make their way up to 17th here.
In that case, it's not going to be a good home Grand Prix for Logan Sargent.
Who is still 41 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's done.
Despite making the pit stop right at the start, I am watching a replay at the moment. The Hamilton overtake here. He finally managed to make that overtake.
What did he do it on?
On that long straight.
Who was it who got overtaken?
He overtook Alex Albon, who he's been behind for quite a while now. Bet you can guess who's got fastest lap.
Is it Max Verstappen by any chance?
Yep. Basically what has happened is... Oh, here's the Perez team radio.
Alright, go. My front right is starting to give up a little bit, so he's struggling now.
He's had a problem with his front tyre, front right for quite a while. I think Alonso's having the same issue.
George Russell's not done too bad. He's now 5th.
George Russell's made a couple of places up here. Fucking hell, it's warm in this room.
Tell me about it, honestly, God.
Mate, I'm cooking here.
So Nick De Vries and Valtteri Bottas have just come in because they've both got 0 lap tyres,
Yeah.
so they just come in.
And Lance Stroll as well.
It looks like AJ is going to be doing the race today because I cannot be asked streaming now when we're, 17 laps in.
I've been on since 45 minutes before the race started, mate.
Yeah, well, I was just watching Man United get absolutely destroyed. I cannot believe this.
I know that's what you were doing, because you were just avoiding watching this.
2 defeats in a sodding row.
Ha! Get
This is
fucked
not
by
good.
West Ham.
Eric Ten Hag out.
Shut
Now.
up, you've lost 2
Hamilton.
You've lost 2...
Hamilton's gaining Hulkenberg, by the way, 3/10 of a
It's
second
closing on
now.
Hulkenberg, yeah.
So you will have DRS. There's Perez, there's Max, there's Alonso, and there's Leclerc. Not Leclerc, sorry, Sainz.
Obviously, it's the 2 Red Bulls in first and second.
There's Russell.
Sainz is very much chasing
Here we go.
Alonso here.
Here we go. Here we go. Hamilton. He's got DRS, but he's pulling away, which is quite annoying. Go on, Lewis. Go
He is
on,
closing
go on,
on Hulkenberg.
Go on. Oh. Charles Leclerc's coming in.
He nearly had it. Leclerc's having to box here.
Russell's also in.
Russell's also in the pits. That puts Ocon up 5th. I think Russell's going to do very well. Hamilton goes up to 7th. Yuki Tsunoda and Zhou Guanyu and Lance Stroll drop.
But remember, Hamilton hasn't pitted yet, so...
Yeah, I know. Hamilton's needing to pit. Kevin Magnussen's made up quite a few places after his pit. Charles Leclerc's just coming out of the pit.
15th place for Charles Leclerc.
I think Sargent might be out of this.
The 2 McLarens are really struggling. Right, come on, Lewis. DRS now. I mean, look how fast that Haas is in a straight line. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Has he got enough pace to get past? Hamilton is gonna get up behind him on that long straight that they're coming up to now. They're just coming up to turn 16 now.
Sainz is gaining on Fernando.
Yeah, I can see that. Sainz is going for an overtake. Oh no, it's not. It's just not going to happen there.
So then, it's a Spaniard versus a Spaniard. So never mind. Sainz is coming in. Never mind. Ooh, bit of a lock-up.
Ooh.
From Carlos.
Another lock-up. We've had quite a few today. We've had De Vries lock up earlier in the race and end up in the back of Lando Norris.
Will it be a good start? Yes, it is.
That was a very good pit.
2.2 seconds.
That's almost a record for this season.
There's Hamilton on Hulkenberg again. Can't just
Hamilton's
get past him.
Still up Hulkenberg's arse.
Dive bombing! Who just overtook who there? There was a bit of a dive bomb there.
Lance Stroll.
Yeah, Lance Stroll.
However, we're still waiting for the top 6 and 8th to 11th to pit. Perez to Hamilton, and basically all the way down to Zhou Guanyu need to pit.
Oh, look at the state of Perez's tyre. That's beginning to get a bit of wear in it. As for the left tyre, again, that's really got some wear in it. Meanwhile,
we did say we were going to have some problems with the tyres today.
There's a
Are
bit
you
of a
happy now?
train.
You've gone up 7 places.
Yeah, but Hamilton hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, I know. Well, Verstappen's gained 2 seconds on Perez. I think if Perez loses this to Verstappen, he's not going to be very happy with him.
Meanwhile, Sainz is right on Lewis Hamilton's ass.
Because Hamilton's lost Hulkenberg by quite a distance.
Here comes Sainz.
Oh, here comes Sainz. There he goes to do Lewis Hamilton.
Well, he hasn't pitted, that's why. Sainz has pitted. Sainz on fresh, faster tyres. Hamilton
Yeah, I
is
know.
on old shit.
Ocon has lost there is quite a big gap between Ocon and Alonso though, so I am hopeful that we will see Alonso finish in third, but obviously they've all got to pit yet.
Red Bull are making a bit of Red Bull are making a move.
I'm expecting it to be Perez.
Yeah,
Perez is boxing.
So Max Verstappen now takes the lead. Here we go.
That puts. It's nice to see Alonso second. 2.2 seconds. Dread to think how quickly Ocon will come out of.
And Sainz
There goes the
has got
Ferrari.
Hulkenberg.
Straight past Hulkenberg. Very close, the wheels though.
I mean, look at that lone little light blue dot down the top right corner. That's Logan Sargent,
That's
all by
Sargent,
himself.
isn't it?
Yeah, he's about to be lapped.
Yeah, Verstappen's about to lap him. I bet that hurts getting lapped. At whatever stage in the race.
Right then, Lewis. Fuck's sake. Incident involving Sainz notice speed. Oh, so that, yes, I'm going to say he locked up in the pits. What happened to Max? Oh, Max is now also struggling with his right tyre. Really bad. Look at the state of that tyre. Jesus.
That's
Christ.
20 laps though.
Not with the hard tyres can last you about 30 laps.
Yeah. Plan A
Right,
today was for the hard
a lot
tyres to last
closer.
40 laps.
He's a lot closer now. Come on, here we go. Is he going to get him? Oh, why is he backed off? I tell you, he has lost his confidence.
Just didn't have time before turn 17.
Dive bombing for God's sake, Lewis. Verstappen struggling with upshifts. Oh, for fuck's sake. Meanwhile, it's just Tsunoda's
Lance
overtaken
Stroll.
Albon.
He's trying to get Albon. That was proper wheel to wheel, that. There is a battle for 9th place here.
There's George,
There's a
between,
full minute between Sargent and Verstappen. There is almost a lap between, like a time for a full lap between Sargent and Verstappen.
There goes Perez and Ocon. Easy as you like.
Yeah, that puts him back up into the top 3 there for Perez.
Perez's next car is Fernando Alonso. Meanwhile, Hamilton's still trying to get Hulkenberg. Right, will Hamilton get him this time? Fernando, we are extending apparently according to Fernando Alonso. I think my parents are coming upstairs now actually, so I think I'll be able to watch it downstairs now, thank God.
Yeah, that's gonna not. Is he gonna do it? No.
Incident involving car 55 is under investigation now.
Speeding in the pit lane. Oh, Perez got fastest lap, 1.31. I want to see how quickly Verstappen will take the 131.5 off Perez.
Albon's in the pits.
Yeah.
Gap to Max Verstappen from Perez is 17.8 seconds. But again, Max hasn't pitted yet. Oh,
He's
Sainz
got a
got a penalty.
penalty for Signs. 5 seconds.
Time. 5 second time penalty for speeding
That's a
in the
lot.
pit lane. Hang on, let me just.
That'll, if that is gonna go ahead, that'll put Signs around 8th. Russell's having an issue with his front wing. Hamilton finally does Hulkenberg. Puts Hamilton up into 6th. Russell's dropped to around 10th, as he does seem to be having an issue with his front wing.
I've just got to be patient for the next few minutes because the pairs are coming up, so I've just got to wait for a few minutes.
Okay.
Then I can go down.
Hamilton's finally done Hulkenberg, by the way.
That means that puts him into
6th.
what? 6th. But again, Hamilton hasn't pitted yet, so he'll drop that. Well, Hamilton, since he started the Grand Prix, he's gained what?
Turn 11 incident involving cars Lance Stroll and Russell noted leaving the track and gaining an advantage.
Well, I didn't see that. We didn't see that, so...
It has been noted and it's going to be under investigation.
Right,
Russell does Lance Stroll on the edge of the pit straight. Puts him back up into 9th for Russell. Russell's been told his front wing looks okay, so should be okay to continue with that wing.
Okay, I'm now back. I'm now downstairs.
Fantastic. Good for you.
I'm now on lap 25.
Yeah, so am I.
26 now, actually.
Where am I? I'm still on 25.
I'll have to pause at a good time.
Alonso's had to pit.
Come on, hurry up. Let me pause at a good time here.
Alonso's out of the pits. He's on the hard tyres and he's now 5th.
Right. Right, I've just paused where Lewis Hamilton is coming into the first corner on lap 26.
Right.
They're just... You know what Lewis Hamilton is, don't you? Black Mercedes, number 44.
I know who Lewis Hamilton is, you twat.
I think everybody knows who Lewis Hamilton is. Oh yeah, I've got to wait. I'm like a minute and a half in front of you now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Which is kind of ridiculous.
Redonkulous. Perez
Yeah,
is 16 seconds behind Verstappen.
Yeah, he is gaining him again.
However, that is only one pit stop away from him.
You there yet? Can you see Lewis Hamilton turning yet?
Nope, I can see Pierre Gasly racing.
Oh, you're not far now. Oh, you're not
I'm
far.
on
Yeah,
lap
he overtakes
26 now.
Lance.
I'm now looking at Pierre Gasly's replay.
Yeah, right. Any minute now, you'll be there.
That's the move he made on Lance Stroll. Very easy overtake there.
Be good.
Now he's making the turn.
Right. There's George Russell.
Yep.
The other Mercedes.
The other Merc.
He's battling Tsunoda.
Yuki Tsunoda. Perez does fastest lap again. 1:31.4 now.
So George Russell's being investigated. Or something. Who? Oh, it's Stroll team radio.
Oh, the voice crack on Lance Stroll then was outrageous.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we almost. Fernando Alonso almost overtook Sainz.
Lance Stroll almost did. Oh, Russell's done Yuki Tsunoda. Lance Stroll
Yeah, he's
almost
up
did
now.
Pierre Gasly. Still waiting for Zhou Guanyu, Lance Stroll, Yuki Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Hamilton, and Ocon and
And
Verstappen to
Verstappen.
pit. I think if Verstappen pits, Sainz and Alonso could catch him.
Well, as it stands, if you go into the pitch, you lose 17 seconds. Right now, Perez is 16 seconds behind. So as it
So
stands now,
Ocon
Perez.
might just catch Verstappen, but he's got to pit as well
Yeah. So Perez, as it stands, will take the lead of the Grand Prix
for a little bit.
for a little bit.
It's literally
Charles
just
Leclerc is really.
holding first till Verstappen comes back in it.
Yeah. Charles
It's like
Leclerc
me
is
saying
really.
to you, entertain the viewers while I go for a piss. It's literally like that.
I wonder if Charles Leclerc still got some car damage from yesterday's car crash in qualifying.
No, they've sorted it all out, I think.
It goes George Russell. Yeah, there we go.
There goes Russell. And Yuki Tsunoda.
Yes, that is a track. What the hell was that about?
They're talking about the temperature of the track.
Here we go, Fernando Alonso now. Got him. He's got him. Fernando Alonso's got.
Alonso's
Sainz.
done signs.
Oh, Sainz was.
Sainz ain't happy about it. He's coming back for Alonso. Oh, my fucking nose.
Tell me about it.
Oh.
Charles Leclerc got Zhou Guanyu.
Yep. Show's falling slowly but surely.
Now then, can Sainz come back here? Albon's not happy with the tyres. Even though he's literally just bloody put them on.
Yep. It's nice that it's on main event. I mean, obviously that's quite normal, but still.
Here's George Russell.
Five.
He really wants to get. He really wants to take Hulkenberg there.
Alonso's trying it on with Ocon.
Here we're on board now with George. Here he goes, here he goes. He's got him. Easy as you like.
Are you
Perez
on board
teammate,
with
yeah.
someone?
Oh, don't tell me you've gone back again.
It stopped for a second. I'm on board with someone now. Oh, easy as you like that. That was a very easy overtake for Russell there.
You tell me I've got a bloody
Perez
stop
team
the telly
radio.
again. I'm just watching Max Verstappen.
I'm looking at and Red Bull. There's Max Verstappen. Been watching him for quite a while now.
There's Fernando Alonso on Esteban Ocon.
Everyone racing is now on the hards.
Right, I paused it when Verstappen's on team radio, so when Verstappen was on the radio, I'll unpause it
Okay.
again.
There's Verstappen on the team radio.
There you go. No idea what Christian Horner's saying, but
He's talking about the weather conditions.
and Alonso's got Esteban Ocon, but back up into third place.
Yep. Still puts him 10 seconds behind Perez, though. Wind might be helping slightly by the looks of it in turn 17.
So Piastri's got something wrong with his car.
Yeah.
Something to do with his braking.
I think it's a long brake pedal.
Yeah, so he has to brake a lot earlier than he has to.
I don't think it's mechanical, though. You can tell as we get further into the race that we get more tired, can't you?
Yes.
Eight places
Hamilton's
up
gate.
for Yuki Tsunoda.
Hamilton's getting 7, but again, he has to pit at max.
Yeah. Max has got 30 laps currently on his hard tyres. About to be 31 as he comes down towards the end of lap 30.
Who's gaining on Sainz? It's Ocon.
Ocon, mate.
Piastri's just been overtaken. By Nick De Vries.
Can't believe Verstappen's yet to pit. 30 odd laps in. Dude, just do it.
Ocon,
If he'd have pitted, if Verstappen had pitted about 4 laps ago, he'd be further ahead because Perez has gained on him, Alonso's gained on him, and Sainz has gained on him. Because he'd have dropped to maybe 3rd at most, wouldn't he? If he'd have pitted earlier.
Well, they just said this: whoever wins this Grand Prix if Perez wins this Grand Prix, Perez goes top of the table. If Verstappen wins, he remains at the top.
Yeah, but I'm saying it would have actually helped him if he'd have pitted sooner, because everyone's gaining on him now. Slowly, but surely.
Perez is beginning. Well, yeah, he is gaining.
I think Verstappen could drop to 4th here.
You really want Alonso to get that fucking 2nd place, don't you?
I just don't want Verstappen to win for once. Hamilton.
2.0 seconds. So Hamilton is beginning to get a knock on, but Russell's also gaining on Hamilton.
Hamilton being told not to hold up Russell because he's racing Ocon.
So that means that once Russell gets close to him, he'll let him go.
Yeah, they're pretty much saying he's going to get let past. He's going to let him past. That's
So
basically what they said on the team radio.
So Hamilton's got to let George Russell go. What a joke.
Thought they weren't allowed to do that.
What a joke.
I thought they weren't allowed to do that, though.
I don't agree. I don't agree with team order shit.
In that match fixing.
Fucking bullshit. Joe Guan using the pits.
Yes, Hamilton. Hamilton said exactly what I agree with. It can go by, but I'm not backing off. Respect.
You just said that Hamilton has to let George Russell go through, but Russell says he can go through, but I'm not backing off.
No, that's what Hamilton just said. It says Russell can go through, but I'm not backing off.
Yeah, that's what I've just said.
Russell's done him, though.
There we go, just let him go now.
Yeah.
Hamilton hasn't pitted yet. But now Hamilton's not backing off now, he's going to go
Fastest
again.
lap again for Max Verstappen.
Because Bono came on a team radio saying that we're racing Russell and we're racing Ocon. Russell.
Russell's now ahead of Hamilton.
See, look, he's not backing off.
Yeah.
Verstappen's not going to win this Grand Prix because the time you lose here, you lose 17 seconds. Yeah, Perez is now waiting to, yeah, Perez has stopped. Max hasn't. 15.6 seconds. This is where I have to gain my control and my charging now because the control just died. So back in a minute.
Well done.
Yeah, back. Getting my charge the control.
Spent enough time commentating just you lot today. Do apologise for the lack of commentary, but it's getting a bit tired now. Close to the end though. Well, I say that.
We're halfway through.
We're halfway, yeah, that.
Okay, let's charge my controller up. Oh. So if Sainz is struggling, then Russell can actually... Well, look at Hamilton. He's not backed off yet either. He's still right on.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Arse. There we go. Right, let's get this thing charged up. I'm just gonna have my mic might cut out here. I'm just saying so.
It's fine, mate.
Oh no, it hasn't. Good. Okay.
Where did you think it was gonna?
Sometimes when I put this charge in, it cuts out.
Right, okay.
I don't know why it's been like that. Well, remember, Sainz has got a 5-second time penalty as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Max Verstappen just put a new fastest lap at the race in.
Of course he did.
George Russell's getting in.
He is.
Oh, no, can't.
Slowly but surely, innit?
Hamilton's still kind of hanging on in the background. He's losing a bit of time now, which is quite annoying. Here goes George.
How the hell did we fuck up again?
That's 2 defeats. I told you, top 4's gone.
Oh, against West Ham.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah, I told you. It's not a seat. I told you. We're gonna bottle it now.
That's 9 games we've lost this season.
Yeah, we've not last time we won a game away was against Leeds United. We've not won a game since away. We only picked up a point in our last 7 away games. Home games, we're alright. Away games, we're just shit. The good news is our next game's at home, so we might have a chance. Huh? I think it's Bournemouth we've got.
If you lose to them, it's funny.
But if Chelsea can beat them, then they must be shit.
That's true.
Great.
Hey, Chelsea win again. Now, that's it. Keep Frank Lampard in. Frank Lampard in.
So if you're watching this,
Yeah.
You're the stupid sod saying Ten Hag out after what, fucking 2 losses.
Hey, fun fact actually, this is the first time we've lost back-to-back games since the opening day of the season. Yeah. Ridiculous. We're turning into a bit of a mini Leeds United and I don't like it.
Oi, I don't appreciate that. Being dropped in there. Cheeky
If
little
it goes,
twat.
Sainz, I like Charles Leclerc. Who is that? Oh, it's Charles Leclerc. Oh dear. Hey, it was just Kevin Magnusson's just re-overtook Charles Leclerc. Tsunoda's in the pits. So it's only now Ocon, Hamilton and Stroll hasn't pitted yet.
That Magnussen overtake were a bit cheeky, if you ask me.
Yeah, turn everything off then.
Here comes George.
Did you catch him now?
Ferrari. He's got him.
Now fourth now.
Yeah.
Go on, Georgie boy. How far is he from the podium now?
5.3 seconds from Alonso. Well, Sainz got a 5-second time penalty as well.
Has he?
Yeah, because he spit in the pit lane.
Oh, yeah.
That's Charles Leclerc. on Kevin Magnussen.
Oh, bloody the other Ferrari.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc struggling.
Hey, could get a podium here.
Alright. Shut up, Dad. Shut up, Dad.
Calm down.
Like a team bossy bloody flip.
Yeah, no, headset, yeah, no. Relive me dream, you see, working at Mercedes. Shut up, Dad. I think you had that conversation, didn't you?
Had
Hamilton's in the
most of
pits.
it.
Hamilton's coming in. How far is he going to drop? That's the question.
Here's the question.
Come on. Good stop. Yeah, 11th. Hamilton's got some in his cockpit. 12th. Oh, don't be 13th, oh, for fuck's sake.
What?
13th.
He had to pit at some point though, didn't he?
Oh, is he 14th now? I swear I just saw a car go behind. That just Albon, and that was Albon. But Jesus. Right, well now I've got... Where was I before the pits? 7th. So now 13th. Great.
Hey, I'm still third. Oh,
Charlotte.
easy overtake for Russell there.
You mean Charles Leclerc?
Don Carlos Sainz as Russell.
Unless you want to go in the kitchen.
How far behind you, AJ, again?
Unless you want
Yeah,
everything's off.
yeah,
So, when you go to bed,
yeah.
don't forget that light. You just need to tap that and it'll go off.
Alright, yeah,
Alright.
alright.
And then
Hulkenberg back up into 14th.
Okay, alright.
Hulkenberg's got fastest lap.
This was George Russell again overtaking
Jesus.
Carlos Sainz.
I've only just noticed that, you know. I've only just
Russell
noticed
enjoyed
Hulkenberg's got fastest lap.
I don't know where you are now.
I'm on lap 38, mate. Hamilton's
I'm
in the
on
pit.
Have you stopped again, AJ?
Have I gone behind somehow again?
Yeah, you've gone behind again.
Because Hamilton's dropping now.
get second.
Wait, have you...
Is he behind?
And it never stopped, so I don't understand how I've fallen behind.
I'm approaching about 40 now.
Alonso stopped.
No.
I'm on lap 38.
Wait, has Fernando Alonso stopped, AJ?
Alonso, no, he's still in third.
No, but has he stopped? Has he pitted?
Yes.
Alonso's pitted. Yeah.
He pitted ages ago.
Yeah, so George Russell's got 6 seconds to gain.
I'm watching
Yeah.
a Charles Leclerc replay at the moment.
Yeah, you're way behind.
Is this him doing the Haas?
Oh, I know I'm way behind.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just fast forwarded back to normal time. I've just noticed. Fuck's sake, Dad. Oh, for God's
And then the Haas does him again.
Fuck's sake. Now I've got to pause it again.
Damn right you do.
I'll just rewind it. Right. I'm on board with
currently
Lewis
on
Hamilton.
board with George Russell. Is a replay.
It's not. Right, I'm on board with Lewis Hamilton overtaking Valtteri Bottas, so just when you're on board with Lewis.
I'm watching Russell overtake a Ferrari.
Yeah, you should see another Mercedes in a minute of Hamilton on board.
There's Verstappen. No, that's Perez rather. Right, I think no, it's on board with Perez. I'm on board with Perez at the moment. And all I can see is his hand.
Yeah, you're on the helmet view. You can see his helmet.
Yeah. Why would I want to look at his helmet? Now I'm out of the helmet view. Still not on board with anyone.
Fuck's sake.
Are we waiting for being on board with Hamilton?
Yeah, for Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, right. Hey, he's still not even got him. He hasn't even got him.
Didn't manage to get him though.
Round the corner. Fuck, well, he's right on his ass now.
Yeah, he's on his well, sort of.
But yeah, Valtteri kind of got away there, little shit.
He's getting away on this Qatar Airways bit.
Right, come on, good exit here, Lewis.
Come on,
That
do
was a
him.
shit exit.
Do him.
Actually, you know what? That's not a bad exit, you know.
I'm back on board. Oh.
DRS for Lewis.
Oh. Can he do it? Oh.
You're a bit ahead of me again. Thanks for spoiling it.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Get him.
Go on. Go on.
Yes.
Yes.
He's done him. He's
Ocon's
bloody
coming as
done
well.
him, lads.
Ocon's in the pits, so that
He's
means.
back
Oh, wait,
in
Valtteri
10th.
Bottas is coming back. Yeah, okay, good. He's got that. Up into 10th place, Lewis Hamilton.
Ocon has done Bottas as well.
Yep, Ocon.
What?
Hey, the good news is I'm on course for one single point.
What, 10?
That's a good bit. Yeah. Hamilton's
the
next
replay.
car is. You're ahead of me again. Can you just pause it?
Right, when the replay finishes,
Yeah, I'll tell you.
the Hamilton replay, tell me when it finishes. Bloody hell, this is a long fucking replay.
Yeah, let's check the on board view now.
Oh, there we go, my replay's just ended.
There you go. Yeah, the same. Yeah.
So we're not that far
Carry on.
down then.
There's Max just having a Sunday
Yet
day.
to
He
pit,
actually,
by the way.
he's actually getting a look 17.8 seconds now. So as it stands, Max Verstappen will come out 8/10 ahead of Perez.
So he can pit and stay first.
Yes, he can now technically win the Grand Prix now.
He can see Sargent.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
can
He's also
see it.
lapped. He's lapped Piastri, I think. I don't know. That was a McLaren behind Max. I think he's already lapped Sargent.
He probably already has. It's probably
at the back,
De Vries
there
has
was
got
a-
in front of him.
Yeah, De Vries.
What is is Verstappen's plan to lap everyone? You know, imagine
close to doing that.
imagine he started 20th and then just do everyone again. Hamilton's got fastest sector.
That's something to be Well, Hamilton's also getting on Kevin Magnussen now.
Finally.
3.8 seconds.
I'm just glad that Alonso's got away from Russell. Alonso.
I don't know if you heard that from. I don't know if you heard the conversation between me and my dad earlier on.
I heard parts of it. I heard you saying for
Yeah.
fuck's sake to him about 18 times. Oh, for fuck's sake, for fuck's sake, for fuck's sake.
Hey,
There he is, look.
Lewis. Striking distance, 2 laps. .5 seconds now. Will Max Verstappen be out by Perez? Well, we know who's going to win this Grand Prix now.
For fuck's sake. I hope something goes wrong in the pit lane. And it takes him forever. 15 laps to go. 15 laps to let go to bed.
Why can't you stay up today?
No.
Oh, 'cause you got coursework.
Nope. It's because my dad has to go to bed, so I have to, apparently. Apparently that's the rule.
Since when was that ever a thing?
That's been a rule my entire life.
My parents never do that. My parents just say keep it
Yes,
down.
I know yours don't. Lucky fucker. Mine do,
Your
so
parents
deal
just
with
be
it.
like, I forgot how bossy your parents could be.
Yep.
2.8 seconds now is Lewis. He's getting a second every lap. There's Lewis in the background.
I can see him.
There's Kevin and there's Lewis. Who's on his?
Oh,
who's
Leclerc
on his
and Lance
tail?
Stroll.
Yeah. No, Russell's in. Russell's
Oh,
this.
Lance Stroll's in the pit.
Yeah.
That were a
Lance
decent
Stroll who
stop.
got-
3 seconds.
Lance Stroll who got knocked out in Q1 yesterday. Very surprisingly, actually.
Well, he's made a couple of places up.
Yeah.
Got Lando Norris behind him though.
So tomorrow it is the start of Eurovision week. We'll be back on Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
For the Eurovision.
AJ's gonna try and stay.
I will stay. I don't care.
He's gonna stay for the semi-final.
I do have college
till,
though the next day.
Yeah, 8 till 1:15. And so same as semi-final 2, and then the final 8 till 12:30. So
Oh, it's gonna be a long night.
yeah,
Roger Federer.
world famous. Is he that world famous tennis player?
Yes.
Hang on a minute. How is he there? It's not even the US Open yet. It's the French Open coming up. US Open's not like until like October.
So
Unless
he's got money, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, by the way, Wimbledon's coming up as well. Actually, I watch.
I
that's
couldn't
the
give
only-
less of a shit.
That's the only tennis tournament I watch is Wimbledon.
I don't even care about that one.
Well, you should because Wimbledon's been going on for quite a lot of years now.
Yeah, well I know it has, but it's. I heard a TikTok and it was like Wimbledon's for Tories. I thought that was quite funny.
Oh. Do you honestly believe that?
No, but it is funny to say that you're a Tory.
Well, I'm not.
Tend to believe you.
I'm Labour all the way. By the way,
So,
speaking of Labour,
Darren
did they do
O'Donovan.
well? Did they do well in the election? They
I
stormed
didn't even
it.
see the result. I had a feeling they'd mince the Tories because the Tories are losers, but
Yeah, they gained. The Conservatives lost about 100 and some seats. Labour gained 200 seats.
fucking hell.
Hamilton is
Fastest lap.
7/10 quicker.
Fastest lap back to
Kevin.
Perez.
Go on, Lewis. Hammer time.
Sergio Perez doing a 1:30.8.
Nah, I couldn't give a shit about him. Now, if you said that a few years ago, then yes.
Verstappen's got the record currently on this track.
But it's only 2 years old, for fuck's sake.
That's my point.
Hamilton is gaining.
Cannot believe we haven't had a safety car this race, or even a yellow flag.
Hamilton is gaining.
I thought there would be at least a yellow flag this race.
Well, last year, Lando Norris crashed on this track. And he's currently 16th at the
Oh,
moment.
fastest lap has gone to Lance Stroll.
Looks
Wow.
like it, yeah. Good to Steiner.
Box for Verstappen.
Box, yeah, Max. Now then, here we
Finally.
go then. Let's see where he comes out. Will Perez get him? Keep an eye on Perez.
Mediums.
Here comes Perez. This is going to be very interesting.
Finally.
Perez has got him.
Good.
Well, like Crofty said then, Verstappen for some reason he got struck. He was it was a bit of a slower pit stop.
Alonso's still 15 seconds behind Verstappen though.
I think Alonso all he has to do now is defend George.
Yeah, but he's 8 seconds ahead.
New race leader. Well, no shit.
Not for right long though.
Well, yeah, you got to remember.
He's
Yeah,
not going to be able to hold
Max.
Verstappen off for 11 laps.
Well, the two reasons why he can't. A, he's on the fresher tyres, and B, Perez is on the hards and Max on the mediums.
Exactly. Piss off is he gonna? The only thing we can hope for now is for Verstappen's tyre to fall off.
Which won't happen.
Exactly.
Because for some reason, Max Verstappen's car is just OP.
It's just a cheat code.
For cold laser.
Obviously, parkour is French for code laser.
Yep.
He hasn't
Laser
uploaded
big,
in
where
2
have you
fucking
been?
months.
Where
It
the
was
hell
in
have you been?
it was in the Sidemen Sunday today.
Well, yeah.
He's in Dubai with
think-
the Sidemen.
I think he's doing a bit of business with. I think the Sidemen may or may not have signed him up for a bit.
Yeah, they have, because he's been in about 6 now, hasn't he? He's
Hamilton's
been in all
overtaken
the
Kevin.
Dubai ones.
Hamilton has got past Kevin Magnussen, so next up for Hamilton will be
Is Charles Leclerc. The guy who screwed Verstappen over in the qualifying.
Yep, yesterday, with about a minute and 30 seconds left, that's when Charles Leclerc had his accident. Oh, we're on pot now with, who the hell's this? Oh, it's Max Verstappen.
Verstappen.
I like this camera, but my dad doesn't like it. I like it.
I do, I think that's good.
Makes you feel like you're actually on board with them. Right then, look, I mean, look at this car. Look at Max already.
Exactly, he's already up the arse of his teammate.
Is that car even legal to race?
No. It's a cheat code.
Jeez, look at him, there he
Fucking
comes.
hell!
I mean, he hasn't got him. Oh, wow. I mean, he hasn't got him yet, but he
Just
will get
leave him alone, man.
Let Perez win a Grand Prix for once.
Innit, you greedy cunt. He is though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Fucking everything.
Here we go.
I don't
Here
understand
we
how they
go.
do it, considering both cars are exactly the same.
Well, Max is on the mediums. That's why as well.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, in general, overall.
Here he
There
comes,
it is.
here he comes, here he comes,
There
here he
it
comes.
is. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh,
ha!
he's defended
ha,
it! Yes!
Ha! Have that.
Go on, Perez! Here we go
Oh, no,
again.
never mind.
Yeah. Oh, for God's
Oh,
sake!
go on, Perez. Go on, Perez. Oh. Fuck's sake, just spin him out.
Jeez. Well, there you go. That's it. Race over. That's it.
Yep, there's the result.
That's it. Thanks for watching.
Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Russell, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Hamilton, Ocon, Magnussen,
And Kevin
Bottas,
Magnussen.
Albon, Sonoda, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Norris, Joe, De Vries, Piastri, and Sargent. There you go. There's the result. Go to bed. Goodbye.
Unless there's a...
Impressive, my anus.
Yeah, impressive my ass. Honestly, God, the only impressive thing about that was that
Lance
Verstappen
Stroll
almost
overtook
slowed down.
someone.
Yeah, Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's not had a good. Hulkenberg has not had a good race.
He did to
I mean,
start with, and then he just went to shit.
I mean, just look at this shit. I mean, just fuck's sake. He
That's
overtook him
pathetic, innit?
before. He overtook him before it even broke.
Oh, glory supporters.
Oh yeah, there they all are. Look, all
If you're a
right.
Hamilton, if you're a Verstappen fan, you're a glory supporter. Like all the Man City fans at the moment.
Oh, look! I mean, look at the gap. Look at the sodding gap.
He's done fastest
Holy
lap again.
shit!
Did you know what we were chanting at the Etihad the other day?
I was watching the game, so
We're
you know.
playing in a library. Oh, we're playing in a library. Playing in a library. Why are we playing in a library?
Right, so Joe's overtaken Lando Norris.
2-0 down, and we're louder than you. Louder than you.
There's a
Louder
bit
than
of a
you.
train.
2-0 down. Still louder than you.
This is not football, this is Formula 1.
I know.
Here
Oh,
comes Lance.
13th, go on, Lance Stroll. Oh.
Switcheroonie him.
Do him. Do him. Come on. Give Alonso some more points.
Williams versus Aston Martin.
Yes!
There we go, he's got him.
Yay! Yay! Lance Stroll's done it! Yay!
Not even for fucking points.
Yeah, I know, but still. You'd have thought everyone would get a certain amount of points, not just the top 10.
9 laps to go if you count this lap.
Which you do, because it's not ended.
Yeah.
One easy
Oh, that's
overtake
why.
for Lance
Okay,
Stroll.
he locked up.
I can see that. Why does that prick have to have everything? First place, fastest car, fastest lap, fastest sector.
Who's this? Oh, it's Lewis Hamilton.
It's Hamilton.
Shut up.
I'm joking.
He is getting on Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Striking distance 2 laps away.
It said that
Yeah.
5 laps ago.
No, that was for Kevin. That was for Ocon.
Alright, I don't care.
Shut up.
He's finishing 8th, deal with it. Or 7th,
No,
he
he's
might
not.
be 7th.
He can get at
Alonso.
least 1 more. Oh, Alonso team radio. How does hell? How could he watch that? How the fuck?
Do you think he's got Sky Go built into his steering wheel?
Jesus. Did you come up with a steering wheel like a
That's
sat-nav?
funny.
Leclerc's just overtaken.
That's funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally like a sat-nav. You know what a sat-nav?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Stroll has overtaken Albon. That's what what the wheel was saying.
Basically, what just happened is Alonso commented on his teammate
Yeah, Perez.
by looking at a big screen as he was driving past it. Do you think he just like eased
Apparently.
off the throttle so he could see his teammate?
Yeah. So apparently, Max Verstappen is not fast in Sector 1.
Have you noticed how the
Going,
police have shut all the motorways around the track?
Yeah, meanwhile, who the hell's this?
Yuki
Nick,
Tsunoda.
no, Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, who's he behind here? Lance Stroll. No, he's not.
Well-
It's Bottas.
It's Bottas, mate. Idiot.
No, it is. Oh yeah,
It
it's
is
not true.
Bottas, you
Why the
prank.
hell was I looking at Lance Stroll? No, here we go. Here comes.
Go on, Tsunoda. Go on, Tsunoda. Yes. I like Yuki Tsunoda.
He's literally the same height as you.
Nailed it. I know.
So,
Why do you think I like him?
he's the tiniest F1 driver in
He's
history.
a short king.
I won't go that far.
No, he is. He's gone from 17th to 11th. That's good. All you have to do is do Magnussen and Ocon. Maybe get yourself up into 8th, Tsunoda.
Gap from Hamilton and Leclerc now has gone from 2.1 to 1.5. Go on, Lewis.
Come on, Lance Stroll. He's going after Bottas. On to lap 52, everybody. 5 laps away.
And once again, it's been yet another scripting Grand Prix.
Lance Stroll's trying to do Bottas here. He's gaining on him. And gaining. And gaining some more.
If the driver of the day goes to Max Verstappen, I'm going to scream.
I would love to hear that. I'll turn my volume right down, but...
Give it to Lewis Hamilton. He
Why
started
would you do
13th.
that?
He started 13th.
Give it to Alonso. He's held off Russell all race.
Yeah, but he's also lost a place.
Yeah, that's because of Verstappen.
Lance Stroll's got Valtteri.
Everyone who was above 9th has lost a place. See, Lance Stroll's done very well.
No, we're not listening to this prick. Not Christian Horner.
Oh, it's Christian Horner. What a shame.
I've just said that, you blithering idiot.
I don't care. I don't mind him.
I've hated him ever since the Silverstone Grand Prix back in 2021.
Why?
Pretty much. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton had a big crash going into Copse Corner, which is flat out in the British Grand Prix. And he said, it was kind of overreacted. He said he could have been killed. Oh yeah, it was a bad accident, but the halo
Why?
was and the tyre barrier as well, because he hit the barriers. It's a 7G accident. He hit the barriers in 7Gs. So he did have a bit of a whack, but
We could have
There we
been
go.
killed if it was 7G.
well, Max Verstappen back in 2015, he had a 12G accident in Monaco. He survived.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he survived into the first corner.
Yeah,
survived
he
it.
survived to carry on scripting races to this day. Leclerc's trying to do Gasly here, and he's done him, hasn't he?
Oh, well, that's just a gift. That's just a gift. That
He
was just
gave
a
him that,
gift.
didn't
He just locked up. Well, Hamilton will
he?
definitely
You know
get
those
Gasly now.
things they have to guide airplanes into the onto the ramp at airports? Gasly pretty much got those out, stood in his bonnet, and waved him past.
Well, now Hamilton's now in striking distance
What, of Gasly?
of Gasly.
Well, he's left
My
Ocon for dead, so he's fine on that sense.
Yeah. Here he comes.
Hamilton's done Gasly.
He's got him. Yes.
He's up the arse of Charles Leclerc now as well.
I've just realised why Hamilton is so quick now. He's on the fucking mediums.
Yeah. Well, no fucking shit, Sherlock.
That's probably why he's getting Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, because Leclerc's on hards. I don't think he's going to catch Sainz, though.
Well, no, because Charles Leclerc is 14 seconds behind him.
That's the point!
So the best Hamilton could do today is carry home 8 points.
With 6th. I
Yeah.
think Russell sorted him 4th. I think it's pretty much decided the top 5, isn't it?
Yeah, and now it's just between these two drivers now.
It's literally just between Hamilton and Leclerc. The only other battle we might see is Hulkenberg and Albon.
But that's for no points, that's just for a place.
Yeah.
Russell, what's wrong with him? Oh, for God's sake, Russell.
That's so mean.
E4 Sargent was Perez.
Yeah, I noticed. Dude, I heard
Right,
the
here we
same
go.
thing you did.
Here we go. He's got him, he's got him.
Yeah,
Here
he's
he
done it.
goes.
There it is. Charles Leclerc
Yes.
has been done.
And
But
that's
he's-
the end of that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Hamilton started 13th. He's
Finished
getting
6th.
He's getting 7 places. To be fair, Hamilton's on too bad just to say that he started 13th.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Magnussen hasn't dropped as many as I thought he would.
Where did he start? I thought he started 4th.
Magnussen started 4th, yeah.
Yeah. So he's dropped 8 places.
Here we go. He started 4th, so he's dropped 6, you pillock.
Well, 6 and I can't. Oh, look, it's too late. I tell you now, right? Charles Leclerc didn't leave him too much space, this shithead. There's the Americans overdoing it.
She
What's
were
that
having
woman
fun, wasn't she?
Woo, woo, woo. That's what they're saying. Well, there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Max Verstappen.
That's what she should have been
Max,
chanting.
Max,
Max,
can you
he
just
could, he
spin out?
could walk to the finish line and still win this.
Max, can you just fucking spin out? Or lock up at least.
do a Leclerc.
God almighty.
Do a Charles Leclerc. That'd mean Sargent wouldn't lose.
Well, the next US Grand Prix not until November. Not November, until October.
Good.
Yeah, which
Mate,
is
I'm
Texas.
fuming. I can't watch the fucking British one.
And the best one of the year.
Although, isn't it on Channel 4?
No, the
No, I mean
highlights
the
are.
actual race.
No, the highlights are on Channel 4.
Oh, well, I'll have to watch the highlights then after.
Why? Can
Fucking
you get
Sky
Channel
doesn't
4 or
work.
something?
Sky doesn't work in any other country. It's pathetic.
Apart from Channel 4. Channel 4 does though.
Channel 4 might, but it won't be. I wouldn't be able to watch it on Sky Go. I've got all four on my phone.
Okay.
Fucking Sky. Fucking Greece.
I
I'm so
fucking hate Sky.
fucking hate them. Cannot wait for them to get, like, just removed. Cannot wait.
Oh, fuck off. Well, if Sky goes, then
Sky.
we're fucked.
Fuck Sky. No, if Sky goes, it means everyone else gets the permissions for stuff.
Well, because, I just don't know. Well, we're coming up to the last lap of the Grand Prix, and Max Verstappen is just fucking...
Mincing everyone.
Yeah.
That's pretty much decided now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's how your table looks.
Ham
at the
sandwich
end.
is 6th.
So the
Sorry.
final tables...
Sir
is
Ham
Verstappen,
sandwich, sorry.
Perez, So the final table is Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Ocon, Madison.
Oh,
completes
look
the
what
points.
little knobhead's done to finish off the race.
Tsunoda, Stroll, Bottas, Albon, Hulkenberg, Joe, Norris, De Vries, Piastri, and Logan Sargent.
Who has actually gained about 25 seconds on Piastri, but I don't think he's got enough time to do it.
So surprisingly in this Grand Prix, we've got no retirements, no safety cars,
Not even a yellow flag, by the way.
not even a yellow flag. How boring.
Yeah, this has actually been one of the most boring Grand Prix ever. Here
Hamilton's
he
getting on
comes, the little
sights.
prick.
Hamilton's getting on sights.
Have you seen Verstappen getting in on someone here?
Yeah, that looks like an Alpha Tauri. That might be.
I'm gonna say it looked like De Vries, didn't it?
Yeah, it might be De Vries. Ha! Verstappen! Ha! Oh no, it's a hat. It'll be Hulkenberg.
He's passed. So, Verstappen's passed Sargent, Piastri, De Vries, Norris, and Joe.
Yeah.
Little cunt.
He's flapped 4 cars. Here he comes, round the final corner.
Here he
Max
comes, the
Verstappen.
little prick.
Max Verstappen wins the 2023 Miami Grand Prix.
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
Sergio Perez comes home in second.
Get down.
How has
Here
he
he
done
comes.
that? Here comes
Here he
Fernando
comes.
Alonso.
Gonna beat you. Gonna beat you.
Here he
Yes!
comes, Fernando Alonso.
Yes!
Comes round the final corner, and
If
he
it
comes
weren't
home
for
in
Red
third.
Bull, he'd be first.
That's 4 podiums out of 5 this season for Fernando Alonso. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a scrap here. Russell finishes 4th, Sainz finishes 5th. Hamilton's come into the final corner.
Yeah, Sainz won't lose to Hamilton with the penalty.
No, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, look, there you
Even
go,
with
look.
the if Hamilton had
Yeah.
gained another 2 seconds, he'd have beat
Yeah.
him.
Hamilton finishes 6th, Leclerc 7th, Gasly 8th, Ocon 9th, Magnussen's coming around the final corner in a minute. Sargent, Piastri's finished, Magnussen 10th, Tsunoda 11th, Stroll
How have
12th.
them two finished already?
Because they were a lap down, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Winner
Bottas,
Max Verstappen.
Bottas 13th, Albon 14th, Hulkenberg 15th. Joe
And I only
16th.
call him that because I'm fed up of him winning everything. Just
Max
waiting
Verstappen.
for... oh wait, I think that's everyone.
There we go. Norris 17th and De Vries 8th, and that is your 2023 Miami Grand Prix. Once again, what a load of shit.
So, as usual, Verstappen finished first. That's it. Thank you for tuning in. No, it's been a long one. See you on Tuesday for the first semi-final of the Eurovision Song Contest for 2020.